A lot of you are getting injured because your run form is not lasting for the entirety of your run. This might not seem like a big deal on just one day, a small window where your form breaks down at the end, you get in that marathon shuffle hunched over, not a big deal for a few minutes. But compound that over weeks, months, even years, and you're gonna feel this impact in your knees, ankles, hips, maybe even your low back, creating worse injury, worse problems that sideline you from your races and your training. The quality of our run form comes down to the stamina of our largest muscle groups. These guys are what are responsible for lasting the longest and keeping us upright in that tall position to make sure we're not hunched over, relying on muscles and joints that aren't meant to do that much work. Our quads or our thigh muscles, our glutes or our butt muscles, and our hamstrings, the back of our legs, are responsible for doing the most work in keeping us in the best form. And this is why I built today's entire 10-minute workout around the squat position. We are gonna be mixing up all kinds of movements, but the base for each will be a squat, because I believe that this is our best bet at giving our quads, glutes, and hamstrings the stamina and endurance they need to get you through any distance run in that tall, upright run form. You'll be working for 40 seconds at a time, resting for 20 seconds at a time. Remember to keep those deep breaths going nice and fluid when you're resting so that you feel geared up for the next movement coming. Follow along, modify anything you need. Let's jump right in. All right, you guys, we're gonna get started with a normal air squat here. I'm gonna walk you through each movement as we go. Take extra breaks or go slower if you need to. Remember, it's your speed you're going with. We've got those breaks built in, but take longer ones if you need them. I'm using the Tabata Stopwatch Pro app. I will link it in the description for you in case you want to ever do this not follow along style. Totally get it.
Resuming your Tabata workout.
We're gonna go in 5 seconds here. Normal air squat. I'll turn to the side so you can see. 1, here we go. Reaching the hips back like you're sitting in the chair. Stand it up, squeeze. Pressing those knees out, down, and up. Start nice and slow with this here. Keeping the weight on the heels, but grounded and screwed into the feet as a whole. So I anchor myself with the heels, but I remember to keep that traction with the toes too on the ground, twisting those knees away. Chest stays up. I like to keep my arms in front of me. Just reminds me to keep those shoulders down and keep that gaze on the horizon line. Squeezing the glutes at the top. As the heart rate starts to come up, we just catch our breath. And we rest for 20 seconds here. Next thing we're going into is a Kang Squat. This is a flat back over to the squat, back to the flat back, and stand up. Looks like this. Little bend in the knees over, squat chest up, back to the flat, and stand. Here we go.
Exercise.
Same width of the feet as you had in the air squat, so about hips width or a little wider maybe. Squeeze. We go over flat, belly button's in tight, chest up, back to flat, up. Here we go, down. Relax the front of those ankles. If they grip, it's gonna be tough to find depth at the squat. So if you lack range of motion in the ankles, that's why that's happening. But also, you need to relax and give it the space it needs to fold so you can get nice and low, pressing those knees out. 1, done. We rest 20 seconds. We're now going into squat pulses at the bottom of an air squat. 1 inch up and down with our arms overhead. This is gonna get that upper back working more than it already is. Remember to breathe here, keep those shoulders down. 5 seconds. Here we go. Same width.
Exercise.
Arms overhead. Tiny pulses, guys. Remember, this is a great place to look for that relaxed ankle position. Hips are back so that our knees don't go past the toes. We're trying to keep that vertical shin. And it's a little hard for me, but I'm doing my best to keep it back. Getting nice and low here. Let it burn. Nice job. Keep breathing. Relaxing the shoulders. Keeping those lats on so we squeeze. Keep that gaze up. Palms face each other if you didn't see that yet. Burn it out here, guys. You got this. 2, rest. Awesome. Now we're going into an off tension squat hold. A little mobility check. How are our ankles? How are our knees and hips feeling today? Can we get a little more space so that we can continue this workout with even more range of motion? Deep breath, shake it out. We're gonna find that low squat hold right here.
Exercise.
Version 1, you might just be hands on the elbows on the knees here. Version 2, try to really, really drop low. Grab those ankles, move around, keep that chest up. We're off tension in this one, right? So no gripping with the quads. You're not holding anything, you're just relaxed. Breathe. Just like this. You can see I'm kind of shifting around here. Drop the head if I want to. Bring it back up. Nice job, you guys. Get a little work in those ankles. Really drop down. Can we get low? Toes go out a little if you need.
Rest.
All right. We're moving to single leg squat now. Quarter squat. This is going to be a little movement. Leave the back leg down if you need extra support, but if you don't, try to take it off. And I'll show you guys. We're going one leg at a time for the 40 seconds. 5 seconds. Here we go.
Exercise.
So I do my exact same air squat, but I'm on one leg. So I reach the hips back, I push them forward to stand. Reach it back, forward to stand. If I don't have that kind of balance yet, no problem. I leave this foot down with very little weight on it, and I pop it up, down, up. All my weight is on my left heel, reaching back, making sure my shin stays vertical. And if I feel like I can balance, we get a couple, we call it a quarter squat. You're going about a quarter of the way down from a normal air squat. And my abs are still on. I pull that belly button in.
Rest.
Perfect. 20 seconds off. We're going to the right side. Take note here. Which one is harder? Might mean the one that's more difficult is your weaker leg. In fact, it definitely means that. So you want to keep that in mind with any of your strength work. Can you make sure you're evening out the strength in both legs? Running is a series of single leg squats. Here we go, other side. Down and up. Balance is worse for me on this right side. I think I'm tighter in this hip. You can see the speed at which I'm going. It's not crazy fast, not too slow. Falling into that position, thinking about that knee tracking out over the lateral side, whew, versus the medial. It's not collapsing in. I'm trying to keep it kicked out here to stabilize that hip position. Again, if I have to bring that foot down, I do. Little kickstand for me. Back and up. That same exact squat position.
Rest.
Now, guys, we're going to use that single leg strength for a little speed skater jump. We're going to do little jumps laterally, side to side, landing on each foot. Take this nice and slow in the beginning, get your balance, and when you feel good, speed it up a little bit. 5 seconds. Here we go. Starting on my left leg.
Exercise.
Catching each leg. You can see I like to throw my arms forward, get a little momentum, and feel where my balance is. Now, I grew up doing ballet, so I tend to have better balance than the average human being, but I haven't danced in a while, and I'll tell you, it goes away if you don't practice it. So really great reminder in any sport you're doing to keep things fresh. Always working on those skills. Nice job, guys. Woo! Catching that balance. You'll see I'm landing in mini squats here. Mini squats.
Rest.
Perfect. Done with those, guys. We're going to a Cossack squat next, which is big wide leg position. We're squatting down, over to each side with a nice deep position here. Much deeper than those quarter squats. 5 seconds. Here we go. Toes out a little bit to the corners.
Exercise.
Reach the hips back, chest stays up, we go to one side. Stand it up, squeeze. We're going to the other side. If you want to get really fancy, stretch out that inner thigh. Bring that toe up a little bit, even lower. Stand it up. Calming that breathing down, heart rate comes down, nice big inhale through the nose. And I'll go back to my normal ones. Maybe add a little speed here. You're getting that adductor to work, that inner thigh, squeezing the butt at the top. Next. Rest. Now we're going into an air squat with a narrow position. You guys have been in that hips width or wider the whole time. We're going really narrow here. Just about 6 inches between your feet if you can. You're going to use your same squat mechanics, reaching hips back, chest up. Here we go.
Exercise.
as low as I can. I relax the ankles and sit it back here. Trust yourself a little more. It feels like you might fall. Go 1 inch past when you want to, and relax, like I said, those front of the ankles. I'm gonna be making a video on ankle mobility for you guys to really help you expand range of motion down there. You'd be amazed at how much it can affect in your running. How you land, taking some impact out, which is what we want. If you guys want, you can go legs all the way together. Whew. How low can you go? Coach Nate is great at these.
Rest.
Awesome. Final thing in this workout, you guys. We are going to a hold in the squat. Just a hold. Very nice and simple here. I want you guys to be on tension versus off like we did before. All on tension. You're gonna be squeezing everything you got. Here we go.
Exercise.
Down to the squat. You can go arms here if you want to keep a nice, strong upper back. Belly button's pulled in. My good squat position. Keeping my feet grounded and screwed to the ground, breathing through the burn. Close the eyes if you need to. Get a little lower if you can. You can feel how much this works. All those leg muscles I talked about, the glutes, but your back too. We really like that nice erector muscles, all those small ones that keep you upright when you run. Keep that gaze up, relax the shoulders and ribs in. Give a couple more deep breaths.
Rest.
Awesome, guys. Shake it out. Take these 20 seconds right here. Just shake everything out. Really, really nice job. Woo! Online high five. Nice job, you guys. That wasn't easy, but I love how much work we got done in just 10 minutes. Don't stress out about doing this near your run days. It's a short enough and mixed up enough workout that it shouldn't have any real impact on your soreness, but it's a great tool to strengthening your run form, the stamina of your run form, so that on any distance run, you're gonna be good to go. Incorporate this once or twice a week. You can put it on a strength day, you can put it before or after your run, however you're feeling. Do what you need to do, but I really encourage you to include this. And if you're looking for more like it, click right over here. I did a 10-minute leg workout where it's not just squats. We kind of do a little bit of everything. It even finishes in a plank hold. It's awesome. You guys have liked it so far, so check that out. I will see you guys another day.